Hey there, podcast lovers. Looking for a fresh take on the world? Tune into Nikki's World, where we dive into everything hitting the headlines and chat about just what's on our minds. No filters, just real talk. Whether you're sipping your morning coffee or unwinding after a long day, Nikki's World is your go-to for genuine commentary on the real world. Subscribe now if you want to hear the real deal on what's going on. Join the conversation on Nikki's World, where every episode feels like catching up with an old friend. Don't miss out.
What's up, y'all? Let's do this. Oh, hi guys, welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today, guys, we gotta talk about the Pro Hamas cult again. This time, they really ratcheted up to terrorist attacks, so we gotta talk about that and so much more. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider donating a cup of coffee for me? Because for the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I am on Ko-fi, guys. If you guys want to support, sponsor, donate, and tip to Nikki's World. If you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, please hit that like, subscribe, please give me a review. Good, bad, and the ugly. Also, guys, I do have a bunch of affiliate links. First off is Minds.com. Minds.com is a Connecticut based social media platform. It is also an alternative to Facebook. So if you guys value your right to freedom of speech like I do, guys, and you guys want to say stuff without fear of being blocked, suspended, or censored by all the other platforms, you guys can head over to Minds.com. Also, guys, I do have a link with Byrna. Byrna is the less lethal self-defense tool. If you guys value your Second Amendment rights and your right to self-defense, but you guys want to do it in a less lethal manner, guys, head on over to my friends at Byrna because they have the top of the line Byrna SD, LE, TCR, Mission 4, and their newest compact launcher, guys. So if you guys value your right to the Second Amendment and you guys want to defend yourself in a less lethal manner, head on over to my friends at Byrna.com. Also, guys, if you know someone out there that needs to wear adult diapers like I do, and they need to wear adult diapers, send them on over to my friends at North Shore Medical Supply, guys. At North Shore Medical Supply, they have the top of the line Megamax diapers and their North Shore Supreme pull-ups and their turn-up boosters, guys. So if you know someone like me who wears adult diapers and who needs adult diapers, guys, send them on over to my friends at North Shore Medical Supply, and they'll make sure that they are padded up like I do, guys. And before we get this show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today? Ooh, wow, yeah. Ooh, that was a mouthful, guys. That was a mouthful. And yes, as always, guys, I am in my North Shore Megamax diapers along with my little comforts onesie. So I'm diapered up, padded up, and let's get on with the show, shall we? So yesterday, right before I went to sleep last night, and this happened last night, okay, that some pro Hamas terrorist cult member decided to ratchet up instead of like protesting and causing mayhem on college campuses, now has stepped foot into terrorist territory and now have basically shot and killed two Israeli ambassadors, or their, I mean, not ambassadors, they're staffers at the Israeli embassy. I'm telling you, man, the Democrat Party has blood on their hands because they are directly responsible for enabling the pro Hamas cult in this country. I'm going to say it again for the 10th time and for the billionth time. The Democrat Party is directly responsible for the pro Hamas cult in this country. The pro Hamas cult in this country was enabled by the Democrat Party. And now that they ratcheted up to terrorism and basically committing terrorist attack on Israeli embassy staffers, they have gone full blown terrorism in this country. Now, the investigation is ongoing, guys, and we all know from Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, and Dan Bongino, the investigation's still going. The suspect that they got, he's already like being questioned by the FBI. He's already locked up in jail, so he's probably got no bail, so he ain't going anywhere, okay? But telling you this, guys, the Democrats are wholly responsible for this terrorist attack. They have blood on their hands. And the fact that the Democrat Party enabled this pro Hamas group and this pro Hamas like organizations to attack Jewish people and to attack Israeli embassy staff. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm going to say this loud and clear, guys. I'm going to say this loud and clear. Okay? Let's say it like this. The Democrat Party of the United States of America is directly responsible for the pro Hamas terrorist group who have now gone from causing riots and protests to now basically killing of Jewish people and Israeli embassy staff. Let's call it like it is, and let's say it out there like it is. The fact that these people who are what? Young, dumb, full of cum, and basically idiotic college kids who want to side with what Gaza and Hamas. Basically, they've gone basically full blown terrorism. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, it is high time to start listing pro Hamas and Antifa as international terrorist organizations. At this point, guys, anybody who's pro Hamas is a terrorist in my book. And I see people on X with what? Palestinian flags. Guess what? To me, they're now called terrorists. The fact that they are associated with that group, they're called terrorists in my book. The fact that they've gone from protesting and rioting to now full blown terrorist attack. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, pro Hamas terrorist groups in this country should be listed as international terrorist organizations. And anyone who is associated with these people should be hunted down immediately and thrown in federal prison where they fucking belong. I don't care anymore. These people don't deserve respect. They don't deserve sympathy. And the fact that I've said this many times on my podcast show, I will basically back your right to protest whatever you want. But the minute you cross into violence, all bets are fucking off the table. All bets are gone. The fact that these people who are so adamant about Gaza, Hamas, and some of these people are what? Gay, gender queer, trans, who are in upper class liberals who are all pro Hamas. You know what Hamas would do to these people? Especially to the women? They would stone them to death. And for the gays and trans who are all pro Hamas and pro Gaza, they'd be throwing them off the roof. Yeah, they would be throwing them off the roof. And then afterwards dragging their carcass through the streets of Gaza. Yeah, these idiots who think that they're helping Hamas, they're basically, ladies and gentlemen, the world's most useful idiots. They really are. They are really the world's most useful idiots in this country. The fact that these pro Hamas thugs latch onto their cause to push their cause, it's insanity, ladies and gentlemen. It is. It's insanity. But the fact that this asshole decided to kill two Israeli embassy staff members, and his name Eliza Rodriguez, and he's a 31-year-old outside of Chicago. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, his whole family is going to be investigated by the feds. Everyone that is associated with him is going to be investigated by the feds. And I'm telling you, if it turns out that he was ordered by a pro Hamas group, I'm gonna just say like this: you think Antifa is gonna be? You think Antifa is gonna be scared? You think they're gonna be scared of the feds? They probably are because they know they're probably going to be going to federal prison, and all these pro Hamas thugs that basically riot, protest around college campuses, they're going to be fucking in hiding because they know the feds are going to come after them with every fucking thing, including the goddamn kitchen sink. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have to drag the kitchen sink in because you know why? The feds are Dave Bongino and Cash Patel and Christine Nome. They're going to be throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at them. And I'm telling you guys right now, get your popcorn and beer ready, guys, because the shit show is about to go down. And I'm telling you right now, here's this from News Nation. FBI Chicago assisting DC in Israeli diplomat shooting probe. I'll read you the first two paragraphs from News Nation. The FBI Chicago is assisting the Washington field office in its investigation into what led to the deadly shooting of two Israeli embassy staff members in Washington, D.C. The FBI Washington field office said agents are conducting authorized law enforcement activity on the Chicago area concerning the shooting. Agents raided the residence of the Chicago Northwest Side Thursday morning, according to News Nation affiliate WGN-TV. It's unclear how the residence is connected to the investigation. The fact of the matter is that this pro Hamas thug, you know what I mean, shot two Israeli embassy staffers and is connected to the pro Hamas cult group. Telling you, ladies and gentlemen, these people are going to be in hiding permanently. These people are going to be basically trying to stay low because Cash Patel and Dan Bongino are going to go after them with everything, including the kitchen sink. And when they go after these people, guys, I tell you what. After the dust is settled and everything's all cleared, probably half the entire pro Hamas cult is probably going to wind up going to federal prison. And here's the kicker, guys: these people will never ever see freedom until they're in their late 40s and early 50s. Or at this point, they'll be so old that they won't even be able to protest anymore. They will. But the fact of the matter is, the feds are going to be going after these people like no tomorrow. And I hate to say this, guys. I hate to say this. If you're a pro Hamas cult member, you better start lawyering up immediately, guys. You better lawyer up immediately because the feds, once the feds come after you people, I'm gonna sit in the back porch with my diaper and onesie and watch the shit show go down. And then probably laugh so hard at your ass that I may need a diaper change afterwards. But hey, it'll make interesting material for my podcast show. I'll tell you this. It'll make interesting material watching the pro Hamas cult cry that the feds are dragging them to jail because one of their cult members went from being a protest group to now a terrorist group. Telling you guys, the shit show is about to go down, and I hope Dan Bongino and Cash Patel have the strongest coffee available because they're gonna need it when they're going after the pro Hamas cult. Because I tell you right now, every pro Hamas cult member in this country should all be hunted down, should all be investigated. Because I go like this. If any of them have any inkling of doing a copycat of what happened last night in Washington, D.C., the feds should be going after them to the 10th degree. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, I say like this: bring back the Patriot Act. Bring back the Patriot Act, specifically going after leftist groups like BLM, Antifa, Pro Hamas, like that, Code Pink, and all that. Bring back the Patriot Act to go after these leftist groups. Because I'm telling you right now, if we still had the Patriot Act, every motherfucking leftist group would not be allowed to spew its shit. Because the second they try to spew this shit, the feds are probably already got them under surveillance, probably got them under radar, and probably got eyes on them 24/7 because they know if they decide to go from a protest group to committing acts of terrorism, the feds would just pounce on them like no fucking tomorrow. And because of the Patriot Act, they'd be sitting in prison for the next, what, 15 to probably what, the rest of their life? So this guy that committed the terrorist attack, and his name what? Eliza Rodriguez? He's going to be sitting in federal prison for the rest of his life. And then since Trump decided to bring back the death penalty, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be facing the death penalty. He is going to be facing the death penalty, folks. And I'm telling you right now, these people don't realize it, man. Just because you're pro Hamas and you want an intifada and all this shit, and now you got the feds like sicking on your ass right now because of this shit that happened last night. Telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, telling you right now, these pro Hamas thugs, they're probably going to be in hiding right now. They're going to be in hiding because they know the minute they rear their ugly head, Cash Patel, Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi, Christine Nome are already like this with billy clubs going like this to these people. Payback's a bitch. Hell yeah. Telling you, man. I'm telling you. And this from WorldNet Daily about this guy. Suspect in DC shooting linked to a far left group that advocates for overthrow of capitalism. Party for Socialism and Liberation recognized him as a member, but is now denying links. And I'll read you the paragraph of it. A suspect arrested while screaming "Free, Free Palestine" in ambush shooting deaths of Jewish couple in Washington D.C. has been linked to an extremist organization that advocates the demise of capitalism and the rise of socialism. The organization, the Party for Socialism and Liberation, at one point acknowledged the shooting suspect, Eliza Rodriguez, as a member, but is now frantically issuing statements that he is no longer with the group and they have not heard from him in years. And I'll read you this one. A report in Washington Examiner identified Rodriguez as the suspect arrested for the shooting deaths of the Israeli embassy staff members Yaron Lozinski and Sarah Milgren outside the Capitol Jewish Museum late Wednesday. So basically, it's like this: this shooter is linked to a far left group who wants to overthrow capitalism and impose socialism in this country. I tell you what, Dane Bongino, Cash Patel, Pam Bondi, Christine Noel, here's your target. Have at it, ladies and folks. Have at it. Because I'm telling you right now, if this far left group, which is what? Let me see their name. Which is what? The Party for Socialism and Liberation is directly responsible for this? Every one of their members, ladies and gentlemen, should be hunted down and thrown in prison immediately. They should all be hunted down. And I don't care where they are in this country, they should all be hunted down and thrown in the nearest federal prison, or in this case, the high security, like maximum security U.S. penitentiary, because these people don't deserve to exist in America if it's connected that they are responsible for the shooting yesterday. If they are found to be responsible for this, Cash Patel and Dan Bongino should use whatever available tool, including the kitchen sink, and go after these people. I mean, seriously, seriously. The fact that this group is tied to it, telling you right now, I'm telling you right now, these people, you know what I mean, who belong in prison. These people belong in the deepest hole in whatever prison they have. Because I say like this. I'll say this. I'll say this simply. The left doesn't deserve freedom of speech in this country. I mean, the way they're going in this country right now, protesting, rioting, threatening, doxing, and now hitting terrorism. It's time that politicians start clamping down on this shit. It's time politicians need to say, no, we're not tolerating this. We are condemning this, and we are now saying that if you're part of this, we are coming after you with everything, including the goddamn kitchen sink at you. It's that simple, guys. It's really that simple. The fact that you have pro Hamas thugs running around this country calling for an intifada in this country and now resorting to terrorist attacks in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who's associated with a pro Hamas or basically has like the Palestine flag on their social media profile, I'm gonna say this on the podcast show. They should all be criminally investigated by the FBI, and they should all have FBI profiles on them. The fact that these people want to associate with an international terrorist organization in a normal society, ladies and gentlemen, these people would be arrested by now. These people would be arrested by federal law enforcement because what? Under federal law, you can't support terrorist organizations like what? Al Qaeda, ISIS, or Taliban, or Hamas, and the people who are going around campus saying, "Oh, they're pro Hamas," they're saying, "Oh, free Palestine." Isn't that a crime in itself to support international terrorism? And if that's the case, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm sitting here in my diaper and onesie, why haven't these people put on surveillance by federal law enforcement? And why hasn't the federal government gone after these people? Because supporting international terrorism is a crime. And why isn't Dan Bongino, Cash Patel, and Pam Bondi and Christine Nolan going after these people? Just wondering, guys. Just wondering. As I'm sitting here podcasting to y'all in my diaper and onesie. Just wondering why we don't stop these people before they've gone to this. And now that they've gone to this, now we're just reacting to the fact that, oh shit, these pro Hamas thugs have now ratcheted up from causing riots and protests on college campuses to now committing acts of terrorism. Yeah. At this point, guys, I'm gonna just say like this on the podcast show. At this point, we need to start dropping the hammer on these people. These people, seriously, guys, they need the hammer dropped on them. They really do, guys. They really do. They need the hammer dropped on these people. Because for the life of me, guys, never understand why the feds would allow a pro Hamas group to fester and then get to a level where we've seen yesterday and last night that they've gone from protesting and rioting over like Hamas and Gaza to now committing terrorist acts against Jewish people. Folks, this is your definition of terrorism right there and there. And the fact that the Democrat Party shielded and enabled these pro Hamas groups, I'm going to say this for the billionth time. The Democrat Party in this country is directly responsible for what happened last night. They are wholly subsidiarily responsible for this. I don't care if they try to distance themselves. I don't care if they try to say, oh, we didn't know nothing about it. Too fucking damn bad. You got blood on your hands, Democrats. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care if you try to say, oh, we're pro Jewish. But then all of a sudden, you're being paid off by the pro Hamas group. That don't fly in my face, dude. That does not fly in my face. And I tell you this right now, guys. I will tell you this right now. Every pro Hamas member in this country should be investigated by the FBI, should be put under FBI surveillance. And on top of that, the FBI should have a profile on every pro Hamas member in this country. They should, guys. They should. This 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 can't go on any longer. This can't go on. We can't let pro Hamas thugs like fester into terrorism like we've seen last night. We can't, guys. We can't. It's now time to go after these people. It's now time to throw these people in fucking federal prison where they fucking belong. It's that simple, guys. It's really that simple. Anyway, I want to talk about this thing. Okay, guys, I want to talk about this thing that this U.S. attorney out of Los Angeles came out with, guys. I want to talk about this. The U.S. attorney for the District of California, Bill Esso, this guy came out with the damn motherfucking idea in the world. Okay, here's the problem here. You know how blue states and blue cities are sanctuary cities and sanctuary states where they don't honor ICE detainers, where they let go illegal immigrants and illegal criminals in this country? Well, Bill Etzel, okay, out of the District of California, cracked the code and finally cracked the the blue states and cities sanctuary policies. Okay, he finally cracked the code and came out with a cheat code that no blue state and city can't deny. They cannot deny, no matter how hard they fucking try. Okay, I'll read you this from the Fox News. Okay, exclusive. The United States Attorney for the District of California, Bill Esso, is taking a major action to crack down on sanctuary policies in the Golden State. He's launching Operation Guardian Angel, which is a task force made up of assets from ICE, HSI, DEA, FBI, ATF, and Border Patrol to begin scanning criminal database every single day to identify arrested illegal aliens in local jurisdictions that the DOJ can charge with felony illegal entry. End quote. They've made it almost impossible for ICE to do their job, issue detainers, and get criminal illegal immigrants out of jails. So what we're doing instead, we're going to start issuing warrants, he told on Fox News. So basically, here's the caveat of all this. ICE would always issue a detainer for an illegal alien that is sitting in a blue state, blue city, or blue county, like jail, prison, and all that. But then the blue state have a policy. Oh no, we don't honor ICE detainers. We don't talk to you people. We're gonna let them go. Well, Bill Etzel has come out with a novel solution, which is instead of detainers, which routinely get denied by blue cities and blue states that are sanctuary states and cities, Bill Etzel starts issuing federal arrest warrants. Here's the caveat of all that. Federal arrest warrants, you can't deny those. Because if you do, especially in a blue city and blue state, you get hauled into federal court and you have to question why are you denying a federal arrest warrant. So blue states and cities go like this. Well, even though we're sanctuary, but they filed a federal arrest warrant on this illegal alien, I can't deny it. If I do, I'll be like this. Get going, get going, get going, get going. They'll be hauled into federal prison themselves. Yeah. And I'll read you this statement. We're going to flood the system with warrants for criminal illegal immigration that are in county jails. They can ignore detainer, but they can't ignore criminal arrest warrants, Edsel continued. As soon as an illegal immigrant is booked into a county jail, we're reviewing their file. And if they meet elements of illegal entry, which is a federal crime, we are filing a complaint and getting an arrest warrant issued before they're released from state custody. Basically, this is a testing ground for what can happen nationwide, guys. This is a testing ground. This is the fucking goddamn best idea in the fucking world. The fact that Etzel has come out with a fucking cheat code that fucking works, that fucking stops blue states and cities and counties with their sanctuary policies cold. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this should go nationwide. This should go nationwide and watch how fast, especially in my state of Connecticut, which is a blue state and what a sanctuary state for illegal aliens. This should go nationwide and watch how fast blue states try to block federal warrants. And then next thing you know, they get hauled into federal court. And then they like, well, why are you blocking a federal warrant? That's a federal warrant right there. So the state could be hauled in, or the county sheriff could be hauled in and saying, "Hey, why are you blocking a federal warrant for this illegal immigrant? Even though your state policy says we don't honor detainers, but you're blocking a federal warrant. Get the sheriff, call his ass into federal detention. That simple. It's that simple. I like how Bill Etzel came out with this. You know what I mean? Because Bill Etzel said like this. Like felony re-entry is largely not prosecuted during the Biden administration. Etzel says his predecessor, the U.S. Attorney for Los Angeles under Biden only filed 17 of these cases in 2 years. But safe to say now, he's filing federal arrest warrants because all these illegals that were deported the first time illegally re-entered, which in itself is a federal crime, and now they're caught. He can, the U.S. attorney can file a federal arrest warrant saying, "Hey, look, he committed a felony by re-entering the country illegally." That's a federal crime. That supersedes state crime. Guess what? We're taking him out of county jail and throwing him into immigration detention and deporting him. I'm telling you, this is the best idea in the whole fucking world. And I go like this, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, this is the best idea in the whole world. And I'm like ecstatic. I even tweeted to the U.S. attorney in the District of California. I said, please make this nationwide, man. Please. If it works so well in California, make it nationwide. And next thing you know, blue states can't deny like detainers anymore. Blue states can deny it, but then once you replace the immigration detainer with a federal arrest warrant, they can't deny it. They have to hand them over to the feds and say, here you go, deal with it. But I'm telling you this right now, guys, this is the best idea in the world. And I'm telling you this also, guys, this idea should come to Connecticut because from the Hartford Courant yesterday, Connecticut lawmakers vote to expand immigrant protections amid Trump deportation campaign. Read you the first paragraph from the Hartford Courant. With federal agents arresting immigrants nationwide on a consistent basis, Connecticut lawmakers voted Wednesday to strengthen the current law to maintain the independence of the state and municipal police. The controversial Connecticut Trust Act blocks police from making an arrest that is based only on the request by federal agents in the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. Basically, it's like this. Connecticut is a sanctuary blue state where they allow illegal immigrants, including criminals who probably committed the worst heinous crime in their home country, but are being shielded and hidden here in blue states like Connecticut. So our one party Democrats who are all pro illegal immigration, open borders, sanctuaries, cities, and this and this and this. They've not told our local police departments in this state that, oh, you can't work with the feds. We're forbidding you from working with the feds. We're forbidding you from helping the feds arrest illegal immigrants. You know what? As I said earlier, that idea out of California that Bill Etzel, the U.S. Attorney for the District of California, bring that idea to Connecticut here, Bill. I want that idea here in Connecticut. I need you to show that U.S. Attorney in Connecticut how to do it, because I tell you what, the only way you'll ever catch these illegal immigrants is they commit a crime here, and all they have to do is scour the police reports, the arrest reports, the basically the lockups at the community correction center or the state prison, and then from there they just have to file a federal arrest warrant, and the state of Connecticut, if they want to go to court over this, they go ahead, but they're gonna lose, and the feds will say like this: hand them over. Here's the federal arrest warrant. Have a nice day, Connecticut. But I'm telling you this, man. Connecticut Democrats want to protect their legal immigrants, but the idea coming out of California, guys, that's the best goddamn idea in the fucking world. And in fact, guys, bring that here to Connecticut. Because I tell you what, you bring that here to Connecticut, illegal immigrants have no room to hide. Illegal immigrants have nowhere to hide. Because all they got to do is follow the format of California, try that here in Connecticut. Let's see how fast the Connecticut Democrats cry like a sissy soy bitch that they fucking are. Let's see them, man. Because I will tell you this. That will get Democrats having a temper tantrum and soiling their wet diapers, okay? Because they know they can't deny federal arrest warrants because that is illegal, and the state can literally be hauled into federal court over that. So this is why, guys, what what's working in California, bring it here in Connecticut. Bill Etzel's idea should be tested here in Connecticut because, judging by what the Hartford Courant reported yesterday, that Connecticut lawmakers voted to expand immigrant protections amid Trump deportation campaign. Let's see how many fucking Democrats in the state of Connecticut cry over their precious illegal immigrants getting arrested for basically federal illegal reentry. You know what I mean? Let's see how fast they cry. Because I'm telling you this right now. Let's see how they cry. Because I'm gonna tell you this: if ICE can't, if the feds can't work with local law enforcement to get the illegal immigrant out of the country, because blue state Democrats and progressive Democrats are blocking them, we got an idea that's working in California. We bring that here to blue states like Connecticut. I'm telling you right now, the Democrats would be hooting, hollering, crying, and going, "Oh my, our illegal immigrants who are our voting base, they're being arrested by the feds. They're being arrested by Trump." Well, yeah, because you know why? They committed a federal crime, which is they were deported first, and then they re-entered this country illegally. That in itself is a federal crime. So this is why, guys, Connecticut wants to try to be the pro sanctuary state. This would be a perfect opportunity to test Bill Etzel's idea here, because you have like what, Connecticut progressive Democrats, which is the one party rule state, who want to try to protect the illegal immigrants at all costs because it's their voting base. It's how they try to stay in power. Mm, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, that Trust Act ain't gonna stop like local law enforcement from working, because I'm gonna tell you right now, all the U.S. attorney has to do is file a lawsuit against the state of Connecticut saying, "Hey, they're violating federal law." Watch how fast our soy boy attorney general William Tong goes to federal court and say, "Oh, well, our state allows this. We have states' rights, but immigration is not a state issue. It's a federal issue, ladies and gentlemen. It is a federal issue." And for the life of me, I never understand how Democrats think immigration is a state issue. Never understand, guys. I really never understand. But the way I see this, guys, Democrats are doing all they can to protect their illegal immigrants, knowing Trump's going to get them no matter what. Even if local law enforcement is blocked from helping ICE, feds are still going to get them whether they like it or not. And I'm telling you, all these state laws blocking law enforcement from working with the feds, that should be challenged in federal court. That should be challenged. Because if I were the GOP, I would ask the U.S. Attorney General here for Connecticut, see if it's illegal, and if it is, challenge it in court. Watch how fast that they would have to turn it down and say, "Oh, we have to do this and this and this. We had to challenge this and this and this and this." Watch them, guys. Watch them, because I'm telling you this right now. Blue states that are trying to protect their illegal immigrants, that ain't gonna help you, because what's happening in California and what this one U.S. attorney is doing, if it goes nationwide, all these laws protecting illegal immigrants in the blue states are gonna get squashed. They're gonna get like squashed in less than 2 seconds, and probably SCOTUS is going to say, well, that's illegal what y'all doing. Yeah, pretty much, guys. Pretty much. But I'll tell you, man, try it, blue states. Try it. See what happens when you try to defy the federal government, man. See what happens, guys. See what happens. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. I'm gonna tell you this. It ain't gonna stop you. It ain't gonna stop the feds. The feds are still gonna go get their illegal immigrants out of the country, whether you like it or not. Either way, guys, it ain't gonna stop the feds. Wow, wow. That was an interesting show for y'all guys. That was an interesting show. Yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed today's show. I thank you guys for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I gotta go do a diaper check just to make sure I'm not leaking and pooping like always. And I hope to see y'all soon. Bye for now. You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.